and welcome back to Fall Between the Pages. I am Autumn Vera, and today I am going to review These Violent Delights. I would have to say, even though it took me longer than expected to go over this book, to thoroughly read it, I did enjoy Roma and Juliet's story. I wanted more of romance from it, of course. It seemed like there was more tension, more, oh, we used to have a thing, but you ruined it. We can't go back to the way that it was. But I did wish there was more romance. I actually did this book in parts. I did it in part audiobook and I did it in part reading, so that way I can actually finish the story. I did like the setting of it. I think having it in Shanghai during the concession was a beautiful world building story for these two star-crossed lovers, and I had really loved the fact that you turned the two houses into gang houses because they're at war, and during this time period it totally makes sense. So you have, of course, the White Flowers, and then you also have the Scarlet Gang. And the book cover in itself is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, this is one of my other books from Book of the Month. I love Book of the Month. It gives me a great option to select up to 3 books, 2 if I wanted, for the month. And that way I can get some great reading done. And they have some amazing YA selections. So if you guys want to check out These Violent Delights, I think this is still on the website. So go ahead and check it out. The link is down below in the description box. So I am going to get to These Violent Delights. I actually really enjoyed the story, even though I gave it around like a 3.5, 4.5 stars. I think that there was more intriguing mystery that could have been done with it when it came to how Romeo and Juliet were actually divided by their families, by the fact that they have both killed on each other's side, and just to see what else could have been done with the story. I have wanted to see more of the concession itself, what was going on. I wanted to see more of Shanghai as far as like the world building during that time. And I wanted a little bit more description. You go from one place to another, but you don't actually get a sense of where exactly they are as far as the description wise. And I wanted it to dive richer into like Roma's side, because so far this story seems to be pointing more towards Juliet's side of the story, and I wanted to see Roma's side. I wanted to see why he did the things that he did, how he still loves Juliet, and if he does love her, what is he willing to sacrifice for her. You can kind of already tell how the story is going. There is supposed to be a second book coming out, and I think I'll Crate or either Fairy Loot announced that they're doing a special edition, so definitely go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. So what did you guys think about Roma and Juliet? I love Juliet as a character. She is strong. She is trying to make a name for herself in the Scarlet Gang, and because her parents originally thought that a male heir was better for the gang itself to survive, she is actually trying to prove herself that she is worthy to take it over. Even though she is battling against an obnoxious cousin, she is willing to do what it takes to protect those that she loves. And I love that side of her. She is a fully developed 3D character. She really pops out of the page. Roma, on the other hand, like I said, I wanted to see more of him. He doesn't really stand out to me as a character. He's a little bit flat, and I would have liked to have seen, like I said, more of his story, just more character from him, because he seems to have like that kind of like, oh, I'm brooding, I don't like this fighting, I wish there was something else that I was doing, oh, I gotta go and do what my father says type of feel to him. So anyway, I was really hoping more from the book that itself. I was hoping that the mystery behind what was killing everybody off would make more sense than what it did. If you guys have read the book, definitely let me know what you actually thought of that whole like fantasy part of it, the monster of Shanghai. Did you think it was a dragon? Because by this, I thought it was a dragon. I was excited. I was like, oh, there's gonna be dragons in this. But no, it's just the aesthetic of the book. And of course I was like slightly disappointed. I was like, it's not like one of those mythical creatures. You don't have all this going on. I was like, well, that's a little bit disappointing. And the monster that did pop out was just a little bit gross and creepy. And like I got the creeps when I was reading the parts about the monster, because it was like, oh, that's a little bit, why exactly, where did this come from? It just like popped out of nowhere. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the monster part, because that was definitely not something that I was anticipating for the story. And yeah, the romance of it was just not there. And I know that with Romeo and Juliet, you have romance throughout the classic Shakespearean story, but in this one, you don't really have romance. It's focusing more on why their two gangs are divided, what is going on in Shanghai, how Roma had hurt Juliet so badly, and what is actually going to be happening later on in the book. So yeah, like I said, I wanted more. What alternate creature would you think would be part of this book? Because like I said, I keep coming back to that creature because it's just a little bit off-putting to me. Overall, it was about 4 stars for me. I was hoping Roma and Juliet's characters would intersect as far as like the romance. I did actually like her cousins were intriguing, especially Kathleen was a very interesting character to me. I think that she was more well developed than her sister, because I was just like, well, this doesn't really make, like, why aren't you focusing on both of the cousins? But I think that's going to be part of the story plot for book 2. So let me know which of the cousins you actually liked, which of the guys in the White Flower gang that you actually liked. Did you like Roma more? Did you like somebody else more for Juliet? What are your thoughts for book 2? What do you think is going to happen? Is the monster going to come back? Are the gangs going to combine to actually combat this threat? Or is everything just going to go into shambles and 1 or 2 or more people are going to end up dying? So let me know your thoughts below. What did you rate this book, and what were your overall thoughts? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this review of These Violent Delights. I was hoping, like I said, for more from the book, but it did, give me a little bit of what I was wanting, and hopefully book 2 actually delivers on that punch that I was looking for. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.